So, hey, gang, more words of wisdom from your friend Rachel. After my video that I did on passing, I was soundly browbeaten by some friends of mine for suggesting that trans girls just try to be themselves and do themselves better than anyone could. I don't know what I did wrong, but I guess that was the wrong advice. So I wanna update, and I also wanna, as I'm starting out this video, I have to say, I get so many compliments on my makeup and my look and everything, and whatever I may think of myself or how pretty I might be. This is a really this is quite a few mistakes I made today getting ready to go leave the house. My lipstick is bled all over the place, and I hear that this happens. I read a book on makeup, and I hear that this happens to older girls more so than younger girls. And I guess if I'm going to be talking about makeup, I ought to understand why, but I don't. I have to look that up. Another thing that I've got going on, and I didn't really even notice it until I'm looking at myself, my reflection in my image in the camera here, is that it looks like one of my eyes is half closed, and that's an eyelash. It's obviously an eyelash error that I've made, and I'm basically stuck with it now. I didn't bring any extra eyelash glue, and I don't really feel like redoing everything. I have a system, and I'm quite OCD about it, and so I don't think I could take an eyelash off and put it back on anyway. I think it would probably just go to pieces. I just have to go home. I also think I have lipstick on my teeth. Just way too much lipstick today. Anyway, I'll try that. I saw on a television show last night that one of the sexist employer likes that when girls use the term "anywho." He thinks it's really cute. So anywho, back to passing. Now that I've critiqued my face enough, back to passing. There are books that you can get that will tell you about how to walk, how to sit, what the mannerisms, generally speaking, for women are versus men, and the reasons why they are that way. One book, when I read Transgender 101, remember, if you guys saw my book review on that book, excellent book, probably the best book on transgender that I've read up to date to today. Anyway, one thing it said, the way it was written, it was easy to understand because of the way the person explained things. And one thing that they explained was women tend, as a general rule, not every woman, but women tend to try to take up less space than men. And then if you sit and you think about that phrase for a minute, you think about the elbows are in, the shoulders are kind of, down, the head is down, and they look up like this as opposed to the head back, like they were at attention in the military. And they don't swing their arms quite so much unless they're in a real big hurry. You see a lot of young women, moving through a parking lot or moving somewhere. They're on a mission. They have to get something done. They don't have a lot of time. They swing their arms, but their arms are a lot more loose. Their biceps and their triceps are a little bit looser than men's. Their chest muscles and their shoulder muscles are not as developed, or they're just not going to be as large as men's. So they're not going to pull on the arms in the way that they do on men, which is why men's hands, when they're walking and they're relaxed and they're not really thinking about it, their hands tend to be turned in a different direction than a woman's might be. And a lot of that is, and as they swing their arms, their arms go in a certain pattern. And their elbows bend. They bend at the elbows. And a lot of that is due to their chest muscles and their shoulder muscles and their biceps pulling their arms as they swing them. And so women don't have that musculature, and so their arms don't work the same way. I've noticed when I try to emulate a lady who's walking, their arms, their lower arms below the elbow seem to just be really loose, and they almost hyperextend their elbow when they straighten their arm if they're swinging their arms. It's cute. Or you'll see them swinging their hands from the center of their body out away from their hips. And it's probably because they have hips. So their arms are just naturally going to want to clear the hip so they don't bounce on them. Men, on the other hand, don't have the hips. They have the broader shoulders. They have the tighter musculature in the arms, and it's going to pull their elbows out and pull their hands up. In more of an aggressive, it's aggressive, it's a masculine, posture. So, think about that when you're walking. Try to take up less space. Try to stand straight. I love to watch women some women, not all, but some women, they seem to just rotate themselves at the waist, and they swing their hips, and I go, if their whole entire upper body was covered, I would know that was a woman. And I've tried to walk that way, but because I have nothing down there, I don't really have any weight to swing. I don't have any hip structure like that. It's really, really hard for me to do. I probably could with a lot of practice, but I think I'm just too old and too lazy to do it. So there's a lot to that. But no, my friends beat me up because my friends are all about femininity and looking as much like a woman as you can and behaving as a woman. But you know what? There's a lot of real genetic, I shouldn't say real, there's a lot of genetic or cisgendered women out there that are very aggressive, and they're very big, they have very loud mouths, and they're very boisterous, and they swing their arms, and they square their shoulders. So I don't like that. Another friend of mine asked me a couple months back, and I forgot to comment on this. A beautiful girl, beautiful trans girl. All I ever thought about her was, I wish I could look like that. And she asked me one day, she said, "So do you think I could pass as a woman?" And I looked at her and I said, "No." No, I don't. And I'm gonna digress. You think about those words in your head. Can I pass? Can I pass? And you say them maybe even out loud to yourself. I mean, I talk to myself all the time. For all I know, the camera's not even on. I'm talking to myself now. But when I heard it come out of someone else's mouth, and I got to hear the words, I thought to myself, if you have to ask that question, then no, you don't pass as a woman. And I said, and she was really hurt. She went, no. And I said, well, honey, I said, do you think that you pass as a woman? And she said, well, I said, just say it. It's okay. If you have that confidence, go ahead, say it. Say, I think you thought you did. Which means you didn't have to ask me, but I understand. You're my girlfriend, you want an opinion. She said, okay, yeah, I do. I thought I did pass as a woman. And I go, and you know what? I thought that you were a woman. Now, I don't like that not a double standard, a double meaning, or not or using the phrase that I'm a woman. I need to be treated like a woman. radical trans people get up in everyone's grill and say, I'm a woman and you refer to me as her or she, these are my pronouns, and I'm a woman, and then they turn around and ask their best friend, do you think I pass? Hey, if you're not sure if you pass as a woman, then I don't think you should be going around telling people that you are one. Okay? And that's kind of my train of thought with regards to passing for me. I don't believe I'm a woman trapped in a man's body. Okay? Call me transphobic, if you will. I called myself that in a support group the other day. I believe I was born a male, and I was indoctrinated into the world to be a man, and I've done a pretty good job of being a man, and never really happy about it. But I am a man that would really like to be a woman, but has to make some sacrifices and wouldn't ever be an authentic woman no matter what I did. That elusive thing, so many of us always want what we can't have, something that we chase after the elusive dream. I don't want that to be my elusive dream that I'm going to chase after. Okay, I got to stop myself, and I got to face reality, and I got to be all that I can be within the context of my life and how it affects others in my life, and I can, and if I can do, and that's a lot. It really is for me to be this and to do this and to have this persona and to be called Rachel and considered Rachel and loved by people as Rachel. I mean, that's fine. That's the pinnacle as far as I'm concerned. Where else am I supposed to go? I was thinking about that today as I was getting ready to go outside and cut down a tree, because I still like to burn firewood in my wood stove. So, there's a lot of girls that do that too, cisgendered women. I happen to know a cisgendered woman that chases bear with bear dogs and shoots them out of trees and stuff like that. And she's like one of the best firearms shooters in the group. Sometimes when they have a group tag that they can all bag an animal as a group, they let her do the shooting because she's like Annie Oakley, I guess, compared to all the guys. All right. So but she's an attractive woman. She is a feminine woman. I've seen her at Christmas parties and things. She cleans up well. And she just got a lot of so-called masculine characteristics, and she's good at them. So I can be too. As I'm getting ready to go out and cut down a tree, and I'm wearing a sweatshirt and blue jeans and men's work shoes, I'm wondering, when will I fully transition? When I have my wig and makeup on to go and cut a tree down? I'm out to all my loved ones, and I'm out to all my closest friends, and I'm out to anyone that it matters to. It's no one else's business anyway. So I get it. I mean, fully transitioned and living as a woman is telling the world and that you're a woman, or you believe you're a woman, and showing the world by the way you dress and the uniform you put on. I get it. I know that's what that means. But that's if you think it means any more than that, I don't see how it could. Because a lot of people tell me from watching these videos, and a lot of therapists tell me from listening to me cry, seeing me cry in a chair in front of them, that I'm a woman. So, I guess I'm a woman. This is just the way it is. And no, I'm not going to start crying. But the passing as a woman, get a book, read a book, watch a video, practice with your friends. The best way to do anything is to get in front of a mirror or set up your smartphone and videotape yourself walking, talking, and using mannerisms. If you talk with your hands, if you get your elbows in, just remember to get your elbows in. If you want to wave your hands, you can wave your hands. But get your elbows in when you're doing it. That's a more of a feminine mannerism. If you're out to dinner or lunch or whatever with someone, and you don't want people you're worried about people in the restaurant staring at you or something like that. That's take up less space. And then there's also picking out the right wardrobe, knowing what kind of clothes to wear, what kind of clothes are going to look the best on your framework. I'm going to be doing a video in a clothing store about just that. Coming up here in a few weeks, as well as makeup video. We're going to do a little makeover, a little mini makeover at one of these places, and on me, because I bet you my lipstick won't be all over my face. I look like a damn clown. And we're also going to do wig selection. We're going to do another video, a more in-depth video on wig selection with a professional wig stylist there. Okay, so that's going to be a lot of fun, I hope, and very informative, I hope. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with one thing. A transsexual woman who I've become friends with in the last couple months made a very profound statement to me and others when she said, and this girl passes, okay? If that's I use that word again in the wrong context. No, she doesn't pass. This girl is a woman, okay? And lucky for her, she looks like a woman too. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. The only reason that I believed she might be a trans woman is because she was at a trans support group, okay? If I had seen her on the street, never would have known she was trans. Okay, and you know what she said to the group? Every time I go out, anywhere I go, I just assume everybody knows I'm trans. And that was kind of the way I acted. That's kind of the way I act. That's kind of the way I think. This is it. This is me. Take it or leave it. I'm not trying to fool anybody. I'm not trying to pass as anything other than me. And that was the context that I wanted you guys to understand in my video, and I think most of you did. I didn't get any bad comments. I only got the comments from friends of mine, and I said, well, why don't you go on YouTube and post them for everybody to see? Oh, we wouldn't want to do that. So, okay. All right, whatever. Thanks for your input. And anyway, I wanted to just make sure I got that all cleared up, all right? I'm not telling you to, go get a flat top hairdo and don't wear any makeup. Just be you. But I am saying, don't. I take that girl's advice and just assume whenever you go out that everybody's going to know you're trans, and then you don't have to tell them. Boy, I really got this lazy eye going. I can't keep my. I can't hold that eye. I'll have to hold that. I'll have to hold that eye up open more than the other one. All right, we'll see. Maybe I can get this thing fixed when I get to where I'm going. Hey guys, love and peace to all. 18-minute video. Okay. Put in the comments if you'd like me to shut up. And for those of you who are worried about me driving and doing videos at the same time, I'm not actually driving. This is all computer generated, and there's just images moving around the car behind me. Yeah, because my girlfriend back there, she gets car sick, so I can't actually be moving. Hey, love and peace to all, and let's just try to accept one another for who we are.